Hi, this is Shafi Ali Khan,
Hi, this is Mir Shafi Ali.
and we are third generation dog trainers from Hyderabad. So, just a bit of our history. We have started in 1965 with Nawab Nazir Ajang, who was the icon of dog breeding and dog training, who came down from a proper Tiger family and learned his art from Royal Air Force in England, and took a bunch of youngsters back in 1965 to train for Voltas company as industrial security specialists, commissioned by J.R.D. Tata himself. And among them was one student of his was Khaja Nawab, and one of the students was Khaja Masih-ud-Din, fondly known as Khaja Nawab, who turned out to be the best dog trainer India has ever seen. Unfortunately, he's not with us today. And my father, again one of Nazir Ajang's student, moved on to, after the Voltas company, moved on to Royal Oman Police, where he was working with the K9 department, inspector in the K9 department, and also achieved medals for his outstanding achievement at the cross-border smuggling of apprehending narcotics and weapon smuggling. Then he moved on to Saudi Arabia, where he worked for Saudi Customs and the royal family and of Saudi Arabia with King Fahad and King Abdullah.
While we were learning the training sessions, it had been an experience of 10 years or maybe more than 10 years. Me, my father and my brother, we have been working with the royal families and with the business tycoons over there, who have been very good experience with them, I can say. And we have trained the dogs for obedience and for guarding, and for even for the kids, like the dog should behave very good with the kids. And some of the elders, they wanted us to do the guarding for the dogs to protect the house and for the villas and for the compounds and even for the palaces. So that was the challenging part for us, because we have to train around 60-70 dogs for 3 months, a continuous session. So day and night we used to work hard, and we must have to give the result for obedience, even for the guarding, and even for we had to show to our client how the dog must have to perform. And our deadline was 3 months, and it was a very good experience over there, and hope we achieve a good market even in Hyderabad.
As we work on the behavior part of the dogs, there are a lot of good trainers in Hyderabad city, but not many dog behaviorists. So when dogs are, since they are puppies, there are many things that needs to be worked on, and especially the chewing, biting, destructive chewing, potty training. How do you potty train a dog? If a trainer is saying you that he can train potty training, but he might be lying to you, because you are the one who has to train dog. He can only tell you how to potty train the dog, unless and until the dog is living with the trainer. And the other behavior issues come as separation anxiety, jumping, how to control a dog jumping, how to control their impulses, and sometimes too much of excessive barking. All of this comes under the behavioral issues, so they can be worked upon since they are 8 weeks old. If you're leaving all these issues till some trainers start working dogs when they are 6 months old, until 6 months old they will move those behaviors into big troubles, such as leash aggression and resource guarding. Resource guarding is something that is in a dog's mouth, but when you want to take it away from him, he's not going to let you do it, because he's not used to you stopping him or you correcting him, or in other sense saying he doesn't know if he's going to get that article back into his mouth. So he is starting to guarding it now, which will be a big problem for people. And aggression problems, a lot of dogs are aggressive. It's just second nature for some dogs, being scared, and they can't control their impulses. And that's where we come in to show you how do you control that aggression, how do you subside that aggression, what exercises you need to perform to control that aggression. Separation anxiety is something which is going to come up with so much of huge problems in the coming future because of the COVID right now, is because dogs were not used to living with people 24/7. You know, you have a dog, you would go out to your work, come back, it was all normal life prior to COVID. But now you've been living with dogs for 24/7 for what, 8 to 10 months now, and we don't know how much more months. So when the times are going back to normal, the dog is going to go crazy when you leave him alone. That is classic separation anxiety. And how do you want to work on that? And this will also be a very big problem, and even bigger problem, I would say, for the puppies, because you bought a lot of people got puppies home during the lockdown or right after the lockdown, when the lockdown opened. But we're still in the COVID crisis, and those puppies, they don't know separation from people at this point of time. They have no clue about it. So you need to start working on the separation anxiety thing, because when you go back to work normally after COVID, the most impacted family member will be your dog. So we are coming up with our own facilities, but during this COVID, it has been slowed down, where you'll have everything for dogs in one place. The boarding kennels, training kennels, dog park. You can come down, have a good time with your dog, enjoy your day. Beautiful grooming centers. You will have international standards of kennels for boarding and training as well. A good agility center, for dogs who are also training there, but also a small agility center where you can come and train your own dogs and you have a good time. And aquatherapy for dogs, just take them out for a swim. Swimming helps dogs with calmness. They would release aggression problems. It is beautiful exercises, and especially with dogs with hip dysplasia problems, elbow dysplasia problems, muscle problems. These aquatherapy is one of the best exercises you can give it to your dog. And it will be just a beautiful facility where you can just come down and have a good time with your dogs. And if you're traveling somewhere, just leave your dog with us. So rest assured, he'll be very well taken care of. So if you want, you can come leave your dog with us for training, and whatever training you want behavioral corrections, you would want obedience training, advanced obedience training, protection dogs, or even industrial dogs. If you want to train your industrial dogs, we can happily oblige and train them for you. So for all these behaviors, we can easily customize of how do you want your dog to, for what activity you would want him for. And at the end of the training, you could come and join us, and we will teach you handling for sure. Because no matter how good a trainer in the world can train the dog, but if the handler or even the parent, if he doesn't know how to handle the dog, it's of no use training that dog to that level, or even you paying that money to the trainers. It could be me or anyone else. Unless and until you know how to handle the dog, it is of no use then. So we make sure that we teach you perfect handling for the dogs that you have trained for. Even behavioral issues, we do online consultations in this COVID times. We would also, if there are too much of issues, that we come and personally visit to your place. It could be anywhere in Hyderabad, and work one-on-one with you. So it's not like for behavioral corrections you just have to leave the dog with us. No, you can leave the dog with us for obedience training and protection training and guarding and industrial. But for behavioral problems, we will come to you at your house and do it, or even online consultations during this COVID crisis. So we think Hyderabad is a beautiful market. There are some good trainers doing some very good job, and we have come back to live with our beautiful family back in Hyderabad. We have worked internationally in England, in Budapest, in Dubai, in Saudi Arabia for the royal family of Saudi Arabia and some of the biggest prominent families of Saudi Arabia. We have a rich history of police dog trainers in my father. So collectively, my father, me, and my brother, our experience is close to about 85 years of experience in the city, which I think is a very tough number to beat in anywhere in India right now. So yeah, we are looking forward to definitely serve Hyderabad and also people of India wherever we go. So thank you for having us.